Spotty, Watty, I don't know. Either way, this is the brand new Spotty Dragon. This is going to be the reward dragon for completing the new Sigil campaign that's going to be coming out soon. So today we've got him, we've got the new weekly schedule. We do also have information on the new Warlock Dragon and what we're going to need to use to breed it come next month, because it is going to be next month's Dragon of the Month. And we've also got more information on the new Sigil campaign as a whole, because there are going to be some slight changes to how dragons and their levels are calculated. So this post here is the new Sigil campaign for October. So next Monday, the 28th of September, a new Sigil campaign will begin, and with it the opportunity to collect the brand new Spotty Dragon, which is this purpley yellow bad boy. The setup will be the same as previous Sigil campaigns, and it will run through until the 28th. On top, we will be applying a server-side change that will readjust the way that opponents are calculated based on the rarity of the sigils you have equipped. Without touching specifically on the numbers, what this essentially means is that the calculated power of the opponents in a fight will be reduced, making fights considerably easier than they currently are to win. So it's worth noting that this will affect all battles in the game, for example, but not specific to campaign side quests, arena battles, and double trouble battles. The only place it won't have an effect is in the Sigil campaign, since the opponents here are predetermined. So we are continually investigating how players are interacting with the Sigil system, as well as leveraging your feedback, and we'll use this to make further changes in the future. So there was big emphasis on the fact that now it should be easier than they are currently to win certain battles. Thank God, because double trouble was pretty much impossible for a lot of people, so that will be a very welcome change come next ancient event, for example. And of course, Spotty being the reward for this campaign, I'm really looking forward to it. I loved Sea Slug, I like Spotty, bring them on. So that is the new Sigil campaign news, so look forward to that next month. Along with that, we've also got next week's schedule, and of course next week is going to be part 2 of the Divine Chess, and so this is going to be the week that's going to give us pieces of Chrono Poseidon. And whether that's a good thing or not, I guess it's up to whether you like loot box chess dragons or not. I don't. But either way, it's happening. So September the 28th to October the 5th is of course another Divine Dungeon. So this is a catch-up dungeon week again. So Adam said, here are the events. Remember that the dungeon will have both Divine tickets and returning catch-up function. So Divine chest dragon parts will appear once again in the dungeon's chests. Not that it was great this week. A lot of issues regarding the purple chest, and then they changed it so everyone was just getting Jade Warrior. Weird. Either way, so we've got look out for the Springtime Dragon in this special edition of the Bottomless Dungeon, which includes Divine tickets inside every chest. Divine chest dragon parts can also be found inside the dungeon's chest, and the dungeon shop dragon is Envy. Along with this, it says that we're going to have a clan event. We've got, of course, the Divine chest, so collect Divine tickets and unlock Divine chest to collect dragon parts, including the brand new Chrono Poseidon. So it's pretty much going to be exactly the same as Chrono Osiris, just what it was in that second week. No different, just a different dragon, basically. And then new Sigil campaign, we just went through that. We've got the solo event on the 28th to the 5th. So win Divine tickets from the milestone rewards and get the main prize, the Kelp Dragon. So most people are going to be playing that event for the Divine tickets, not for the actual dragon. And then we've got a Gold Frenzy, a Farming Fanatic. We've got Golden Opportunity, but this doesn't actually tell us whether it's going to give bonus Divine tickets or not, or season points or anything like that. So I don't actually know what the rewards are apart from the leaderboard prize dragons. And then we have the Dragon of the Week being the Phoenix Dragon, which you have a chance to breed by pairing the Cyborg and Mud Dragons. And finally, they mention the Warlock Dragon. So he's available to breed for the whole month of October by combining wind, earth, fire, and water. So can you breed this magical dragon? So this is him right here. He's a legendary void and wind dragon. So an interesting dragon. If you just throw like purity on this guy and then he zucks up all the damage back with void, yeah, he'd probably be a little bit scary. An interesting dragon nonetheless. But, of course, the main interesting thing about Dragons of the Month, or the thing that a person should need to know, is what elements we need to actually breed it, which are wind, earth, fire, and water. And so I will be making a guide on this like I do for pretty much every single Dragon of the Month, how to breed them with the best combos. But there are a few combos listed here. So we've got, for example, Fire and Typhoon. We have Wind and Elemental, which is one that's used quite a lot. And then we've got Earth and Agnes, or Water plus Tribal. The Tribal Dragon is just used in everything, basically. And we've got Ice and Lava Dragons. We've got the Boiling and Dust Dragons. There's a few combos that you're going to be able to choose from, but normally combos like Wind plus Elemental are used quite a lot. Easy dragons to get a hold of, and normally there aren't many outcomes. So it's normally a good thing. There are quite a lot now, since we've got all of those rare dragons that share the same elements, which sucks, but, you know, this is the DML that we live with now. So that should be pretty much everything you need to know about the coming week. Of course, we've also got Whale Mart. So in the Whale Mart here, we've got some stepping stones in exchange for some portal gems, which, you know, that's fine for me because I've got lots of portal gems. But it's kind of bad timing, considering that right now people are having to spend lots of portal gems in the castle event. So for most people, this is probably not something that they're going to want to take advantage of. We'd also have 5 premium sigil chests in exchange for 399 gems, which is still not great, honestly. I mean, the thing is, premium sigil chests sometimes contain exactly what you want, but I don't know, not really worth it, to be honest. But we do have weekend events that are going to give season points, which is fantastic for people that haven't finished the Dragon Master Pass yet. And we do have a breeding Blitz event for the Leo Dragon, and you can attempt to breed it by breeding together a ceramic and Bajiao Gui. So if you got those two, you can try and go for it, but of course if you're in the middle of the castle event, probably not a good idea to try and breed a legendary. The only difference is, of course, on my account here, I got really lucky on level 6, and I know that I'm going to be able to finish off the event. So in my position, probably wouldn't even be that bad to go for the dragon if I really wanted a duplicate Leo. But in general, just stay away from the long breeds during castle events. If you're sort of right at the beginning of level 6, for example, probably don't want to be wasting your chances of finishing off the event. That would be not smart. On average, I would usually try and tell someone to avoid doing that. I mean, you can do what you want. If you want to ruin your event progress, you go right ahead. If you don't, however, don't do it. But looking forward to getting Warlock. Cleric was really easy to breed because of the amount of possible outcomes. Warlock's going to be much more difficult than that, on average anyway. Obviously, you can just get really lucky and breed something on your first attempt. Sometimes it might take you 20 attempts. It's just luck, but when you've got so few possible outcomes like we did for Cleric, that was like, yeah, most people bred it within the first week. There are still people out there trying to go for Cleric, and there are still a few days left. So, since we've got like 6 days left, just under, don't give up hope just yet. You've still got a chance. But you will need to start doing it soon. But, you know, again, if you're trying to do stuff in the castle event, I get it. You don't want to be impacting on your event progress. It makes sense. I know. But I was mostly just saving up all of this event currency, and I was sort of going to do the rest of the event just in one sort of fell swoop, at least level 6, because just clearing out the whole... Oh, thanks, my VIP's gone. Let's go and reactivate a VIP ticket there, shall we, since I've got 54 of them. Wonderful. Now we can get back in. But like level 6, just clearing out the remainder of this event would feel so good to just go click, 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 and just make it through every pathway, you know? So I think it's 43,200 and something currency to finish off just level 6. and then we've got to go back and finish level 5, level 4, level 3, and level 2. So we probably need like 55k, maybe a little bit more than that, to finish off the event. So we'll see, we'll get there. It's not going to be a struggle, don't worry. But still need to be making sure that we're full clearing resets, which is not the easiest thing to do when you're at the house for a long amount of time. But on my Windows account here, of course, we are sort of halfway through level 6 based on the amount of currency that we have. And on my Android account, I am also on level 6, about to open my first chest, although I haven't full cleared this reset yet. So we should be one chest into level 6. So with 3 days just under left to go for the event, it is doable even on my brand new Android account that's only been alive for just over a week. It is indeed possible. So I don't want to hear any excuses anymore from people saying, but I'm a low level. There are strats that you can use to combat things in game, and especially considering that we have never ever had a castle event that's been this demanding with points before. Like, geez, 850 points every quest, every reset. Well, look, I say I should be able to finish the event on Android, but what I mean is get Nesna. So I didn't actually get the pieces for Chrono Changi in part 1 because the account didn't exist then. But, you know, that's still going to depend on whether I'm going to be full clearing those resets, because if you're not full clearing it, apart from maybe the breeding quest, you're probably just not going to finish the event. There's nothing too crazy about the idea that if you're not logging in for the event, you're probably not going to finish the event. So, no freebie handouts like what we had in part 1, which we knew that already because they told us on the forums that there wouldn't be additional ways to earn event currency. And yet this entire week, I've heard people saying, yeah, but they're going to give us stuff in the Walmart. Yeah, but they're going to give us stuff in the weekend events. No, they told us that they wouldn't. I don't know who or what was telling like a bunch of random people. It's probably Facebook groups again. Whenever something just like gets parroted, it's always Facebook groups. I swear to God. Okay, maybe I'm just a little bit salty about times when that has happened. It's possible. I just feel like so much garbage gets shared in certain places. And it's like, you could just go on the forums and see that it's not true. Anyway. Yeah, so part 2 of the final journey was definitely a more conventional castle event, or divine event, in the sense that it was a rehash of the old events with like the different events maps, but no additional ways to earn event currency. It was just about logging in and clearing the resets, which in a sense it does show you who the more dedicated players are, as in the ones that do log in every 6 hours, full clear the resets. But I still do not like castle events. You know, why should a person have to log in 4 times every 6 hours just to clear a reset because creatures don't spawn in? Or because they have to collect lots of gold because they don't have the max amount of habitats they possibly can put down? You know, it just kind of sucks. Especially for lower level players, because it's more difficult because they've got less habitats. You know, they're not going to have as much energy as, say, a high level player that saved up lots of gems and upgraded the portal. And that's why I always say, make sure you're upgrading that portal with your free gems. It's like on my Android account, I'm up to 8 energy, and that's in just over a week of playing. You can do that free to play. And you should do that free to play. Don't waste your gems on speeding up hatching times and breeding times, because I've not done that on my new account either, because it's not necessary. All it does is take gems away from things that you actually need to spend them on. Like, again, hatchery upgrades are so important. Level 3 hatchery should be something that everyone has, because it means that you can, you know, usually with breeding, sometimes you'll get an odd breed, but then you can put 2 eggs into the hatchery, and then you can use that 3rd slot to hatch a brand new dragon that was, say, in your inventory. But some people still just sit there with a level 1 hatchery. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then you'll have like a level 110 player with a level 2 hatchery, and it just makes me cringe. It just makes me cringe. It's like, why? That can't be great. That must feel terrible. I know it does. When I had to live with a level 2 hatchery for like a few days. Ugh. 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 Never again. Never. Ever again. But anyway, for now, make sure you're still logging in for the dungeon. I mean, there are dragon pieces in it, but the odds are so low that genuinely I don't think it's really worth it, to be honest. But you do you. In the meantime, keep logging in for the event. I hope that, you know, you should be on level 6 really by now. If you're not on level 6 already, and say you're still on level 5, you're not going to be able to miss any refreshers, really, at this point. You'll be cutting it very, very close to finishing if you do. So, good luck. I hope that you manage to get Chrono Changi. I hope that you get Neza and Bajiagui if you're going for a lower milestone reward. But, keep collecting that dungeon currency, getting some cool stuff, and some people will be finishing off Chronos Rising within a few days when, you know, the divine chests for Chrono Poseidon come out. It'll be cool to see people with ultimate Chronos, but who knows? Who knows how many people are actually going to get him this time. But anyway, for now, best of luck, enjoy your stuff, and until next time, I hope to see you then.